Good evening. So, for today's stream slash video, I looked a little bit through my cupboard and I found this set with the number 42121, which we are gonna build and then basically discuss a little bit at the end of the stream. So, as you can see in the background, the Lego set of yesterday's stream, which was the Tokyo scape right here, has already found its way into my cupboard. And yeah, now I would just suggest we are gonna start. So, first of all, let me just switch my camera to a better angle. Maybe I'm gonna look for the first target first. I hope this sound is not too annoying. And it is terrible already done. So, alright, I'm just gonna switch my webcam down a little bit. So, maybe a little bit further up so you can at least see me halfway through. I don't know. Alright, I suppose this is good. Alrighty. Let me just see where my instruction manual is. And then maybe let's focus this up a little bit. Cool. Alright. Can you see my face if I like? No, not really. Alright. What does it matter? So, alright. Today's build is going to be a Technic one, which usually is not my strong suit, but I just really like the scale of this model because usually Technic models are a little bit weird in scale to me, but I think this is really cute because it looks at least a little bit minifigure scale, not 100%, but I I would say it's close enough that you can display it with other minifigures. All right, I'm just gonna put this up a little bit, and all right. So all right, should be good. And now we are just gonna, oh well, I'm gonna put up some music for myself. I usually do not put music into my streams for copyright purposes, just if you're asking yourself. So just so that you're not surprised. Good. All right. So Let's try it a little bit still. No, it's working a little bit better. A wonderful good evening or good day to anybody watching, by the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. So far, at least the mechanism is kind of working. I listened to cogwheels that we put in so far. And now I guess we're building the main structure on the bottom side. All right, so apparently we're gonna angle this in some way. All right, so I'm not 100% sure which of these holes it is. I suppose it's the lower one. Top-notch instruction manual design right here. Well, yeah, I very much suppose so, because now this blue pin here is just gonna be put in here. Oh, I hope this is aligned properly. Or we will notice this very quickly. Yeah, apparently it's like this millimeter that it has to stick out at each side, I guess. Okay. Okay. So we are already on step 15, and it's the first time that we put like an angled element in here. I'll, I think this is such a cool part. Like it has like this connector piece that like can swivel into different directions like this. Honestly, I don't really know the name of it right now, but I kind of dig it. They always use this for gear shafts and stuff like that. I think it's what I'm looking for in terms of wording it. I hope I'm not completely wrong with that. All right, so I'm done. It starts being able to be turned like this. Okay. All right. Ah, I think this should be aligned properly, for the most part. All right, and I suppose there's. Oh, I see it's a little bit of build up on this side. All righty. Okay. Ah, I see. So this is just another extension of this. Which part could this actually be? What are we building right now? Are we building the arm? Oh, yeah, actually, we're building the arm of this thing, I think. Huh. Wow, I probably should have realized that a little earlier already, yeah? Alright, but at least now we can put the other side on here. Like there's a bunch of pin connections already made for that now. Alright. Sorry if I'm sometimes looking at this a little bit longer, but I'm with techniques that I always want to make sure that I don't make too many mistakes in this sort of builds, because if you just place like one part wrong, it's such a hassle to get it out again. Like I misbuilt a part of the Lamborghini that came out like a year or two ago, like the bigger Technic model, and I swear to God, like the gearbox didn't work properly, so I took it apart halfway again till I fixed it, and then I just kind of completely lost it with that. And so far, I did not even finish it. So it's just like sitting, waiting for step two still, which is kind of how some Technic models end up in my collection. When I realized that it's just, I don't know, I fucked up some part, and from then on, it's like really tough to get it um into working state again sometimes, like especially if you miss a certain part or you just place it wrong in the beginning. It's, oh, I swear to God, like later on with this sort of stuff, it's just so hard to get apart again, because it's just so many like little connectors that grip together, which is kind of one of the reasons why I prefer Lego regular Lego bricks a little bit to the Technic sets. But I still kind of like the fact that you can put different functions into this sort of things. Or like have little gearboxes that fit together meticulously and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. Or as it is in this case, I just actually um, enjoy, first of all, like it being a little bit of a different thing to regular Lego. I just built a lot of system sets in the last couple of weeks, and so it's kind of like I mentioned in the beginning, minifigure scale. Like I want to display it with some other figures, and thought it would fit quite well. If you wonder what I'm doing there, like aligning Technic pins together is way easier if you just like get a flat surface and press it against, instead of doing it with your fingers, because it's always gonna be much straighter too. Always recommendable. Alrighty. So let's put this together. Oh, that's a cool part. That's, that's the number, like cylinder, I guess, with Technic connection at the end that you can turn. I guess there's like a little gearbox inside. I should stop playing around with this one now, sorry. Alright, so it wants me to put this side down here. We can see that. And then up here, they're putting it through this hole. However, this is going to work. Oh, I guess I should extend this first. Yeah, I suppose. Okay, and then we're just gonna align it with this. Yeah. And put this together with this. Okay, now this is becoming a little bit annoying to put together. I'm pretty sure I should have put this in a different way. But I'm sure we get this together at some point. Let's try it from this side. Yeah. Yeah, that's much easier. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Good. Now let's just put it the second side, like the stabilization of all these things. Because right now it can still just fall apart. So, cool. Alright, so this side is just the same as the other one. Basically, we're just putting a mirror image on so that it gets closed up. Well, fits rather okay. Okay, so I see. So it gets put up here. so that even though this has a Technic connector on one side, it's just gonna be put into the non-marked side basically, so that it can still swivel around. Okay. I guess this is like the excavator side of it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so where I'm gonna put this in exactly now? Um. Oh, this is becoming confusing at this point, to be honest. So I suppose, yeah, this is going here. Okay, apparently so. This is hanging over each other. Does this look right? I'm not sure if this is actually looking right, to be honest. Oh, that's a weird way to put this together. Ah, I see. This is just decoration on the bottom or what? So taking this like this and yeah, okay, connecting it with the gray pin. Yeah, this is just decoration. Okay, just show you. Okay, and we have built this so far too. So let's put up this thing and the bracket on the below side. Making some good progress. All right. So where are we gonna put this? All right. So there's like this one place that they have not connected yet, and we're gonna put up this part into this bracket and connect it here. I probably should have done it earlier. Flexing everything around. Wonderful. Okay, but it's kind of working. What? I suppose. Okay. Okay. So we just put up the whole thing. Let's see if it's working so far. Yeah. Good. Well, all right. We're already putting up the shovel, I guess is what this is called, I suppose. All right, and we're connecting the middle Technic pin here with the part. and then the upper one with the beige really pin connector. Okay. Okay, good. Putting the top on. And I suppose the rest of the build. So, oh, this is fighting me a bit right now, to be honest. And it's some. Now this is the last of the how is it called, the frame pieces on the arm, I guess. Which is giving the frame a little bit more sturdiness. I think the rest probably is more like decoration, honestly. These beige ones just really don't like me. All right. All right. Okay, cool. So basically this is finished now. Good. Now today we are quick. How would call it? Good. Let's see what we're building here now. All right, did I skip something? No. We're just putting a bunch of stuff together now. Okay. Well, a bunch of stuff is a little bit of an exaggeration. I just get confused sometimes by that, which is kind of embarrassing to even say. I'm checking that this is actually running smooth. By aligning it always like just a little tiny bit away from the part, so it actually can spin freely because it has a little bit of play in it, I guess. One of these angled connector pieces on top. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. All right. I think I aligned it properly. Sorry, with this sort of stuff, I always use way too much time to actually align these things because otherwise I'm just like always, oh, I need to do this more properly. Alrighty, so what are we actually building right now? I think this is the mechanism that connects the shovel. Wait, I'm putting this in so I can show you. Like I think this is where the gearbox will get together. And this I would suppose. I can. Where should I put this? I guess. Yeah. Why not? I suppose. Yeah. Just correct the instruction a bit. Alrighty. So where have we stopped? Okay, I need to still put in a third of these. Okay, I think we're getting progress. So we have this piece done, and we're gonna put this in here now. Yeah. Oh, uh, the first thing to screw up because it's a sticker. I bet you this is not gonna look good. I hate it when they put stickers in. I mean, I understand why they put in this sticker and did not print this piece at some point. It could be done and it would be nice because other cheaper manufacturers actually do that. Well, I think I did not do that very good. Well, it's a bit crooked. Uh, like I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of stickers. Like if you know the BMW motorbike that also came out this year, it is a mess in terms of stickers. It's like 10 times worse. Like this is at least only this little sheet here. I mean, it's for free building steps that this set has. I think it has three. I'm not sure. There's not a fourth one that I don't see right now, but I think it's not that bad. I suppose, but well, it's not what you want, to be honest. Like on these little sets, I understand it more. But if you get the big motorbike, on top, it's just so terrible. Like there's, I think, over 100 stickers altogether, because there's 68 stickers, and all of them are basically done twice, or like most of them, because it has a bunch of carbon fiber elements or like little racing line elements, and it's just terrible. And most of them are and such an issue to align to. I'm really not a big fan of this at all, to be honest. Of course, so there is a Technic connect on this side. And this guy basically gets held in place by that now, by this Technic rod. Alrighty. So now we're actually hooking up this part here with the angled connector piece on the bottom side. I hope you can see this. So when I spin here, it's now turning all of this. Sorry. Now that we've done that, putting in the rest of the lower level framework, I suppose, for the front of the excavator main part. Or how is it called? The main body of this thing? I suppose they did not include an engine in this. I did not check, but I would not think that they would. Okay. And then yeah, on the bottom side, there still is this Technic axle, I guess. And you just shove this pin through. I'm gonna extend this a bit first because otherwise it's just gonna not fit again. All right. So this wants to be connected on the bottom between here and here. And then we put it in at the lower side. All right. And now we're gonna actually connect this to this part for some reason. Okay. I see what you're doing. Okay. This is confusing a little bit because I'm not exactly sure where this part here is actually connecting into the other side. But I think I'm not, oh, I'm just not looking good enough. I'm sorry. All right, so on this side, it needs to go through here. Now let me turn this around, and we're gonna put this into the middle side of it. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit hard to show, but yeah, there is like this connector that's possibly like shot through here, and then boop. And now the whole thing should work. I'm just gonna try it, I suppose. Yeah. Well, maybe we should put the rest of the parts from step one in before we try a bunch of stuff that we cannot just use to break it again. Or like it's gonna break again if I'm just like fiddling around too much with it. So, um, mhm. I see. So this is the lower side. This is going. And then it's basically just holding it in place on the other side. Alright, at least it's holding up in here. And one more chance to screw up the stickers. This is what I really appreciate about building Lego, when I have to put up stickers for something that is only or also there as a one by one piece. Like if they would put in a second sticker sheet with just the same things, if you screw it up on the first, well, I maybe should not talk while doing this. Like I got this even worse than the first one, which is kind of painful. Sad to see. But other than that, I would say it's terrible that they put in only one sticker sheet. Why? Because exactly situations like this on models where you actually just want to display them, it it's really like a pain if you have a very visible sticker up top and it's just not looking good because you placed it wrong. And then you either have to order another sticker sheet from Bricklink or some other place like eBay, for example. But I mean that why do you have to spend extra money on that? Why can Lego not just produce a second sticker sheet? Like that is really not a big amount of money, very likely. I mean, how much does printing a sticker sheet cost them? Probably not a big amount. Especially now that, if you have not heard it yet, they are going to raise prices again because of inflation. I think starting in August, also with sets that are already on the market and a bunch of the stuff that they are bringing out. Like the, I have to say, really cool, really cool looking roller coaster that's coming out in the summer. I think, or like in the autumn or something like that. I'm not sure when exactly it's hitting the market. But the looping is just really cool. I actually very much dig the concept behind that, especially like all the technique that makes it work so well because it has like a counterweight on the backside, which is making it like super reliable in terms of like not stretching out the plastic too much because it's just literally dropping down like nearly a meter of height. So if you would not implement that, I think the Lego parts would just not be stressed very friendly for it. Like I think the haunted house already put in a little bit of stress on it, but it also had these rubber wheels which were breaking the slide going up and down, which I think makes it work rather well. It just always sounds a little bit like you're hurting the plastic more than you should. All right, so we now have basically constructed this mechanism. All right. So I'm just gonna put this in a way that I can actually set this to the table, I guess. Yeah. All right, we just tried that. I'm just realizing I forgot to put a part in. But I think that's just the bottom side. Yeah. Very likely. I'm proud of myself. At least I caught it. I don't know when I caught it or how long ago that was, but at least now we have got it. Good. All right, we only needed like 15 minutes for one stage or one part of this build, which is well, for technical mode. I think it's okay. I guess you just threw that to the ground right now. Whoops. All right. So let's start off with just putting a bunch of pins up here. And I guess now we're building a different part. Oh god, I have to count this. 2, 4, 6, and we're putting it on the 7th. 2, 4, 6, and we're putting it on the 7th. All right. Oh, good lord. That's such a pain to connect. Like, there's like 3 Technic pins here, and here, and then this to just align it. Ah. But this I always just like put it in halfway with all of them first. I like try to put them in and then just like put it together in the end. I think that's working better most of the time. All right. Okay, so now we're building the back part of it, the back build up. All right, so oh, I have to say I don't know this connector piece yet. This is like an angled Technic piece, which has like horse on both sides. Cool. Well, I dig that one actually. I think I'm not sure if I put it. No, I did not put this in right before. Okay, yeah, this is how this should fit. I think. Okay, yeah, that's kind of awesome actually. Hmm. Ah, I see. Now it's this connector brick giving this more rigidity. You see, because it's down here at the bottom, it's a Technic pin. That's kind of cool, honestly. Like in terms of how everything like grips together for now. I think this puts it into the middle one, but I'm not completely sure. I suppose. Well, you can also not really tell it in the instruction manual. I'm not the biggest fan of this instruction manual, to be honest. Like it's not visible enough in some areas, but that's especially a problem I have with Technic builds in general. Which part are we actually building right now? Probably just some side piece? A side panel holder, probably. Oh, yeah, a side panel to this side of the gearbox. I see. Actually, I'm taking back what I said about it only being 3 steps. It's 4 steps. I actually did not see the other package. All right, so we're gonna put this in the same way, I guess, than the other one. I'm just trying to align the red pins properly. By the way, I think why did they take red pins for this? I think there are black pins. I can remember that as a child, I had like so many Technic sets that had actually like these things with the one side is a Technic piece in black, but I'm not sure if my brain is playing me a trick in that. But I definitely know that there was also connector pieces like this these red ones like you see in here, but also in black. I like that a lot better, to be honest. I feel like I'm missing something, to be honest. Oh no, I just have to push this in from the other side. Alright. I was struggling to realize that I have to put this in here through the bottom side. Alright. At least everything's turning properly. You can't really see it, but here is like a black gear piece. Well, I don't think. Yeah, I think like this you could probably see it. Yeah, yeah. You have to believe me that it's there. I think I just put it on the wrong one. Yeah, there's literally two ways, and you can be sure this is the wrong one. Okay. Oh, there's another round of me screwing up stickers. Actually, very visible stickers too. So the number 11. Watch me fail this. That's two. So even more ways you can creatively screw this up in terms of looks. I'm not sure if I should have put it together better. Probably. Or I didn't even manage to put it on the same level. I don't know. I'm just really not liking it when there's a bunch of stickers. At least this is. I guess it's like this side, yeah. Good. Let's mount it here. And we're gonna put in the other side. Right, now two. Hmm. I did not manage to put any of these on really straight, to be honest. Well, what can you do? Apparently, I can't do this. All right, that's number three. Did uh, did I get this right? What do you think? I'm not sure. Is this even focused properly? I'm really not liking a lot of stickers on these sort of sets. I thought about just leaving it away. I mean, it kind of would matter though because I mean, it, it's kind of it's probably looking like this in the end. It gives it something, but it would give it a lot more if it would be prints. Just saying. Like if you've ever built a model from Kobe, which is like a Polish manufacturer of building blocks. I'm not gonna call them anything else than building blocks when I'm talking about Kobe. Um, it's basically a little bit of a better quality model in some areas because you just because everything is pad printed, which is honestly like a lot of an improvement in some areas. If, and I think you could pad print these pieces, which makes it kind of lackluster in some areas because this I'm not really knowing the exact price I paid for this right now in my head, and I will look it up in a little bit maybe when talking about the set. But I just in general think that in some areas Lego could still step up a lot. I've just gotten a little bit lazy for being the biggest brand on the market for this sort of gadgets, I suppose. I'm just realizing like we're supposed to connect this here, but how am I? Oh, I see. There's we have not pushed in this rod through yet. So I guess I'm putting it in yeah through the last two. And they don't actually want me to put this in yet. But I can. I hope that I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here. So basically, it's working. Okay, cool, cool. Sorry. All right. All right. So I think we're building some connector piece for the side here, maybe. Huh. I didn't even look, honestly. Not does it matter that it would matter. I get hyped for the little stuff. Oh, this wants me to put it in now. Well, I already did that. So we're just gonna ignore that. I don't really know where they put in a white one here. But yeah, I guess. Wait a moment. Ah, I see. I thought I forgot something. All right. So, I think this is another one of the panels coming out. Ah, no, it's the top side of it, so the connection piece for here. Cool. So this is made to basically fit this pretty well. Just falls in like this if I understand this right. Yeah. But it falls through if you're a little bit special like I am. And just press it through completely. But if, well, anyway, it still worked. Not proud of me. Not proud of me. Not proud of me. Are they pressing in the lower ones too? No, no, this just looks like it because, yeah, I don't know why all of this instruction manual is looking so weird in some ways because they use such a weird angle for it, I think. All right, so yeah, we're building this twice apparently, so I think I'm gonna. Mm, screw it, I'm just gonna do it one by one. All right, so now we're just connecting the second one completely, so and then we basically have done the whole top side now, which is super cool. So this should align with this, and well, it has like three connected pieces, so sorry, bear with me while I put this together. And then it just snaps in like this. Cool. And we connected both sides. I guess what? We have more stickers to put up. Uh, that's number 7. Oh, this is probably just gonna look terrible. Well, alright. So, I don't know. I think I got this one not as bad as the rest. But because this needs to be done twice, basically, it will be probably even worse. Especially if the other one is not aligned properly. Which always drives me crazy to a little part then. Alright. Oh god, this is like, this has to be put in here, like in this area, but it's 3 different Technic pins that you need to put in at the same time, and sometimes it's just a little bit problematic to align properly, because it just like it gets stuck halfway through, and then on one side it's in, but on the other side it's not. What I actually really appreciate is this point here. Let me show you just a second. This is the little torpedo front part. And for example, they used also in the, I think in the UCS gunship for the rocket pieces. I'm not. I think, yeah. And I actually really like it in this bright orange color. Probably you can use it to display like a little exploding torpedo in a mock or something like that too. And here it's a little warning light on the bottom. So like, well, it's the top side. It's the front top side of the main body, I guess. Cool. So we have finished the front right side of the highlighters. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm seeing it properly. Ah, here. Well, you cannot tell from the instruction manual once again. But yeah, I think it's hitting like this. All right. So one of the last bits that we are still having to put up. Oh, this is not gonna look good. I guarantee you it is. Especially because the other side didn't go that well. Uh, uh, I'm sorry. This one did not go as well. Not in the slightest. Ah, it's a little crooked. Huh? Ah, it's a little bit crooked. Ah. All right. So we finished the second part. Ooh, so far we have this much built. I'm gonna put this in the back here so you can see it while we put together the third part. So the third one is gonna be a bunch of these tracks, especially. Usually these are always counted out for both sides of it. So I'm just gonna try to keep them to keep them parted for exactly that reason. Alright, so one more back and then we got it. Alright. By the way, while I'm opening these bags, I also want to thank everybody watching very, very, very much. I appreciate it more than you can think. And I'm also always super happy to see any sort of comments or chat interactions. I love communicating with you guys. All right, so we're at step 3. I put all of this together like kind of a little bit messy. I'm sorry for that. All right, so Alright, so now we're gonna connect this turn to. No, how is this called? How is this part actually called? I don't even know. It's falling apart right now, by the way. Alrighty. So there's Technic connectors on both sides, and we're just gonna line it with these little Technic pins, which have like a pin on the other side. They were used a lot too on the mainframe of the excavator as well. Alright, that's rather stable now. And now it was oh, four of these black Technic pins on this side. Oh, we're doing this part twice. That's what we just did. Alright. Okay. So we have the middle part with the rotational dish, or how is this, however this is called. We've done it. Now we're building the chain segment twice, apparently. And this is connected with the Technic pin on top. And then just put from the top side another one. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like I just appreciate when they use like this sort of angle Technic connectors. I guess we're building this twice too. This is a 15 piece. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Alright. So, where is this one going? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. On the 8th. So, in the middle of it. And then one left free and alright, so we basically just mirrored this to both sides. Now the lower one is getting up here. Alright. This probably needs a little bit of alignment. Okay, there's one in the middle. So, just if you're wondering, I'm putting in all the gears that are driving the I guess the belt, or how you call this. It's pretty small, so I don't know if the camera picks it up properly, which is why I mentioned it. Alrighty. Sorry. Alright, I get it. Back at it. Alright, it's turning properly. Let's see. Now we're just putting up the bottom side, the top side. And then we are aligning one. Okay, the 3 pins. Okay. So 2 black 2 by 1 pins, I guess. And then 2 into the middle, the blue 3 by 1 pins. Okay. Oh, and then 43 pieces. Oh, nice. And that's twice too. So that's 86 little chain pieces and chain links that you need to do. So what I always like to do, even I know that this is parted out properly, but still, I run into the problem they deliver more pieces than you need. So the best way to just count this up, if you want to do the brain dead method like I do, just put 5 of them together each time and just collect it. And always just do 5. Then you can be sure, or like at least you have a certain level of certainty. Wow. um, knowing that you actually have the right amount of pins together, because the moment you start just making a giant chain of these things, like at least I always lose count at some point, and then I have to recount and recount. Whereas with this, I just basically know I just do this 8 times and then just do one free piece, one piece of free chain elements, and I got it for each side. You know? Also, that's one of the worst parts of all these sets. Like if you've built the haunted house, that's like probably the worst chain that I've ever put up. Besides maybe the one in the roller coaster, the old one. That's also really like a terribly long one. But I think the one in the haunted house is really one of the longest chains. Especially, it's also terrible to put in because you have to. There is no like chain stretcher or like alignment device. Like if you've built the big caterpillar Technic set, that has an actual alignment gear for putting the chain in the right way. Whereas with sets like this little one here too, they just basically the designer counted it out in a way that it would fit the best. And yeah, if you're unlucky and it fits a little bit tight, because it needs to be a little bit on the tighter side for working properly in terms of the mechanism working properly, it can become a little bit of a hassle to put together. Like I mentioned in a haunted house, it's also like you're building this giant tower, and then you're trying to fiddle it into the middle of it, and that's yeah, there's more fun things to do than that. All right, we're nearly done with the first of the chains. All right, so now if we link this up, that's always 10 and 10. I mean, you can do this however you want. I'm definitely not the wrong person to say anything about how to build this sort of stuff, but that's just a way that helps me, just knowing that I actually have the exact amount that I needed. So we have 43 pieces aligned together into one chain. Just a second. Into a lot of track. This is like the half track of this. I don't know how this is called actually completely, but I guess track. All right, and then I usually just put this on like this, and then just usually it's like a stretch. It's either a stretch or it doesn't fit properly. In this case, I feel like it doesn't fit very properly because it's sagging a bit, which is also not the greatest. Well, if you try to use it here, it does not work at all. It's just blocking itself. If I put it here, well, then here it does work. Like a little bit. Let me just try something actually. If I put it in with one less chain link, would it still fit? Honestly, I like the fit of this better, but it stretches out the chain. I don't know how great it is. I guess I should not. I'll just put in the 44 piece too, I guess. Well, I suppose. I'm just gonna ignore it. And we're gonna rebuild it, or like build the second one. All right. So, all right. So, back at it again. I'm so sorry. I was just a little bit distracted for a second. All right. Cool. All right. So, I mean, we're just rebuilding it for the other side. There's not much new that I can say about this besides I'm trying to get the alignment of the gears properly, so it's actually spinning as much as it can because it's already not really spinning very well from the chain being weirdly loose or super strict. But well, it's like I said, for me, this is a simple display model or model, so it's not really um, a problem if it's not working like that. But if you purchase this as a playset, I would be disappointed by that because it's like super janky to like look how much I can just wobble this around. I think if I just turn it, yeah, if I press hard enough here, I think I can just like pop the chain off again, which is not ideal, I think. All right. So now we're just gonna put in the second chain. And then we can probably already assemble our next piece of the build. All right, so second part of chain links is just as annoying as the third one, first one, maybe even a little bit more. This reminds me of if you've ever built like the world map or one of the Lego art sets. That's probably even a little bit more painful because it's just a bunch of stuff to be put down, especially like the land masses, which are these white one by one stubs. It just hurt your hand. The only other set where I felt that bad in terms of like finger pain was the big UCS Star Destroyer, because there's so many plates that you have to properly put together. And I mean, in the end, it's always falling apart anyway. But you still want to try to like put it together well, even though at least I failed with mine a little bit because it's halfway broken upstairs. All right, we are missing three more pieces putting, which have to be put together, and then I can already start linking up everything. So we're at 8, 13, 18, 23, 28, 33, 38, 43. All right. All right, now we're just gonna put this together again. So I like it sagging a little bit here better than, because it's at least, yeah, it looks okay. I could take away one of the elements, it would probably roll better. Yeah, it would definitely roll a bit better, but yeah. It also does not have a gear down here, which you can tell because it's sagging in the middle, like, and it's rolling on this part, so it's rolling on the other two sides only. Terribly sorry. I do not appreciate this sort of build. Alright, it's aligned with 4 Technic pins that are being put up like this. Oh, this is alternative. I feel like I'm pushing off the chain links again, off of the gears that are holding them. Alright. Yeah, not doing any movement, but yeah. Around here is working. Can you see that? Yeah. But only when there's like more of a grippy surface area, I suppose, is what you would call it. All right, so we're just putting together everything now. So this has holes in the bottom. Still, you see these slits here? And we're just gonna put the turntable there up top. And it should align rather well, I hope. Or at least I hoped it would. Ah, here we go. And then just we put the red Technic connector pins up here, putting these ones in. All right. Good. And we are reaching our final building step. Oh, I started this wrong already. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense this way. So, all right, getting in line here again with another Technic pin down here. And this one. All right. See, these are the red ones, which I personally preferred a lot in black. I think they just don't um, draw the attention into parts like this down here, which are just not color matched. I mean, they could also put it in yellow, which would also make sense. But I think black is the more versatile color in this case. Would probably be askable of Lego, whereas yellow being produced just for these certain elements is probably something that they would just argue with it not making sense. So these things are like calculated to the half cent and even less than that. So that's always something getting negated by the producer. Way too much, sadly. Alright, another sticker I can probably screw up quite well. What do you think? Did I get this one straight? I'm not sure. Uh, I had better ones. All right. And so we've left this part here in the backside open. And now we're putting this piece in. Yeah, if I'm seeing this right. Yeah, should fit like here, I suppose. I hope this is right. Yeah, and then it's supposed to go here. All right. And the first side is a little bit more wholesome. All right. So this is just another page to show you exactly the thing that you just did. Yeah. And then we are at step 114 with probably like a little source car or something like that. I'm not really sure. All right, so we are now already done with this part basically again. I like these little black grilled pieces which are at a slope. It's like a G slope, a 1 by 2 G slope, but it has the little cuts in the middle, which I think looks really cool. I don't know if I have many of these pieces in my collection. So that's kind of an awesome addition. I also really like how this vent looks like. So it's actually quite cool. Let's see where we're mounting it. Oh, it's the back side of the driver cabin. It's aligning quite well. This is what I like about this set. I already saw it live, and it's, um, I think, built rather good to the point where you don't immediately think, "Wow, it's ugly because it's a Technic set." Like I have that with some sets where it's just, especially with the car sets, sometimes too. No, like not the big car sets, but like the smaller ones, like the cheaper Ferrari, for example, or even the way cheaper, like the Technic Mustang or what that was. At least that's what they called it, I think, because they needed to like use up their license one more time, squeezing out every cent where it's possible. So besides that, we are making a little bit of progress. All right, sorry, just this one. I see, and then can be put together here with all this gray little connected pieces. Front where there's probably like some decoration going on. The alignment kind of kills me right now. Okay. Ah, I see we're building a little seat. Oh, that's cute. That's actually really cute. I love that little detail. Does this actually fit the minifigure? Yeah, kind of. Let me try something. Well, I would say yes. Let's see if I can actually squeeze this into the cabin as well later on, or if I need to get rid of it again. But theoretically, so far, it kind of fits. I don't know. A little bit janky, I guess. Just C3PO's looking. This is just weird. But we're gonna leave it like this. All right. So, I'm just gonna put this to the side, I guess. All right. So, I see that's like the center console. Which, why is this a sticker? There are a bunch of printed little console pieces that are exactly these 2x1. Those plates and G-slopes. And this is not even showing something special. I mean, it's like a little bit chrome silver, but you can't even tell this. Can you guys see this? I'm sorry, I'm just incapable right now. Okay, it should be good. Yeah. I'm honestly thinking they cheaped out a bit on this sort of parts. Like, they have printed pieces for this, like I already mentioned. Sorry. All right. So this is being put here. Where exactly though? Oh, here. All right. I'm curious if I can actually fit the cockpit piece on top. Probably not. Alright, one more piece. And I think then it can get aligned already. And let's see. No, I don't think this fits. No, sadly. That's too big. Do I have Yoda here? I think I actually do have Yoda here. Just a second. So. Alright, so straight out of Yoda's hut that I just have laying around here, half built. I think, yeah, I managed to make this fit. Just a second, I will show you. So I actually put mustard roller in this now. Sorry, just wanted to add something. All right. Alrighty. So I think now we can, yeah, we can mount this to it. Alright, so we have a little cabin put into it, huh? And now we can build the other side, I think is what this is. Cool. So alright, so couple more pieces. Oh, I nearly forgot to put down the side panel here. That's the side connector, I guess. I think this is right. We will realize it rather quickly, probably. Last two stickers of this evening. All right, and then there's this little aperture thingy that they put on the right side up here. Okay. I did not get the alignment of that one right. All right, so and it has like this angle piece because it's gonna have this little alignment to it, which wants me to put it like this for now. I see. All right, and then putting it together like this, and I see. So yeah, this part aligns on this side here and then snaps in. There's a Technic connector. I was just going to say, and then it's just not finished. No, it just had to load. Okay, so it wants to just align. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. So there is a connector, and this needs to be pushed in, but it's at an angle already, so it is working, but it's kind of not the best connection. But there's a little bit of a gap, sadly. Oh, most of it is. It's not that bad in terms of gaps. I've seen way worse. Okay, think. Yeah, I think this side is good. Good. The mechanic on the right side of the thing. There's a horn, and we can put this in here, and suddenly we can turn it. All right. Oh wait, I put it to the wrong side. Whoops. All right. For some reason, my PDF program does not want to load this properly anymore. Where does this connect? Okay, one more. I suppose, yeah. All right, the Technic parts work. All right, now then we just put together a bunch of random stuff. Okay, this is the most lazy way to freaking put this. Oh, what is it? But I think these little things are kind of cute, honestly. Like they do the look, they get the look done. All right. So I think the build is finished. Yeah. All right. Good. So while we finish this, let me just put the shovel a little bit better in so that I can actually store some of the stuff. I'm just gonna put the shovel in like this, and like very close to the floor so it doesn't like drag too much. And then I just put all of these ones. These are just these little technique like things. I'm not even sure how you call these part, to be honest. They just hand it to you for having like a little bit of gravel to shovel around, I guess. I think it's kind of good. All right. All right. So, I guess I'm gonna put my webcam up a bit for the final part of this stream and to actually talk a little bit better. You know. All right. So, first of all, thank you so much for sticking with me. It's been a little bit longer of a build, to be honest, this time, but well, 2.5 hours I think are kind of okay. Um, so I kind of talked a bit about it earlier. So I think I'm just gonna do that really quick, so I'm not talking stuff that I should know better than this. But yeah, let me just Google how much they are charging. So I know that I did not pay that price, but apparently on Lego at the moment it goes for 39.99. To be honest, it's more I said for getting at a price range of around 30 euros. We're talking about euros, by the way, in in dollars, I don't exactly know the dollar price for most Lego sets right now. I suppose they are rather similar at the moment. I'm not completely sure. So what definitely, sorry, what definitely can be said is I think you get quite a lot of building time out of it. In general, with Technic sets, you always get a little bit more building time out of it. At least I do. Maybe I'm just not good at this. Whereas with regular system Lego, I appreciate it a little bit more, and I'm a little faster at building it, I think. At least I like to think that I'm probably also just horribly slow. Like yesterday, I needed 2 hours just to finish this little Tokyo set. Yeah. But well, I do what I do. um, what I have to say about this set in particular, I think. By the way, I'm just gonna put out the little grid pieces. Sorry for the noise right now. Probably kind of annoying. Okay. So let me just hold this up a little bit. So I'm at least showing what I did this whole stream. um, well, which is this little excavator. So we have a few different functions, like the shovel element, which, or like the arm element. Let me start with that, which can be, well, put up to here, because then, as you can hear, this is not liking it when I put it farther than that. I should stop if I'm breaking it. And then you can also put it down quite a way, like, well, till it reaches the final point of this little mechanism here. So do it. But okay, when we put it into like somewhere in the middle, I guess, we can use the second function, which is this little turning knob right here, which, by the way, has well, this is not shown on the instruction manual, but you get a second one of these yellow pieces. So I'm just gonna put one here for mine, because it's, well, at the point where you already have the crank sticking out, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm not sure if for displaying it I may just like remove this, because it's just literally stuck in here and it looks a little better without. But just to mention it for, I don't know what you call this, a review purpose. I'm not really reviewing anything right now. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it after spending 2.5 hours building. But well, look at it. However you want. Um, I would say I could recommend it. It's quite cute, like I mentioned. It is not exactly minifigure scale, but, well, I don't care enough to worry about it. I put in a regular minifig from the top side. I just put the legs off so it can fit. And I mean, you see how much space you have for the head. There's literally the Yoda minifigure head fitting in, and it's okay. It's not like dragging to the top too much. And yeah, it was um, being able to be assembled without a problem. So I think that's rather cool. What I mentioned during the build, and which I think is cool, kind of a little bit of a letdown, are the chain elements down here. I like the tracks, or however you call it. Like I mentioned, I'm not really sure. um, the sag of it is just a lot, and you can see, like, if I turn it to the side, like, I think I can just pull this off if I like go a little bit more crazy on it than I should. So that is, well, it's a Lego, so there's always like letdowns, especially as I also complained through the whole build today. I also want to apologize for that, but what I complained throughout the whole build is that there's, well, quite a big amount of stickers for 4 bags of parts, where one of these bags is basically filled halfway through with, I'll just show you. I'll just show you how many of these you get, which is kind of dumb when you think about the fact that they didn't even like enclose everything up top properly. But you get this. You get literally something that you like. What do I do with this? If I don't want to display it or play with it, then I just have a bunch of random parts. Um, I like these little things. I think they are actually pretty cute. I mean, do I need them, or would I have preferred them putting on, like, for example, another panel up top, or like maybe a driver door here, or something in that realm? I would have probably, to be honest, but yeah, I think it's a set for an age group where you have these play elements that they want to put in there. So I don't think it's problematic. And like I mentioned, for the price point, like I think I paid like 30 euros for this, which I think is okay-ish. I'm not exactly sure how many parts there are. Let me just check really quick. Well, you get 569 parts in this set, which, well, for the price per piece ratio is rather okay, I would say. So I mean, it's a Technic set, so that's always not the best argument to bring, to be completely honest with you. But well, I think I kind of like it. I think it's cute. I looked at it at a at a friend of mine, and I'm rather glad I got it. It sat in my cupboard for like forever because I wasn't really motivated for building it. I'm not even sure how long I have have had this, but well, finally got the time to build this. Um, for a final conclusion on it, I guess I would say, for if you don't have to pay full retail price, it's not a bad set. It's kind of quite fun. If you ignore the tracks, the tracks are never fun to build, and it's like 86 pieces that you just need to straight up put together, um, and count it out. So it's not really that much fun to be had there. But the main body, I think, was kind of interesting and fun to build, especially also with the angle that they got up here, like these angles, um, parts here and connected here. I like that. I think that's actually really cool. It's enclosed quite well, which is honestly my favorite thing about this Technic set. It's just how well it encloses its components, to be honest. I could have wished for like one more part here somewhere, and like I mentioned, the door frame, just especially with the blue pins instead of, for example, black pins, it doesn't look that great. So the right side is not really the best to display, but um, I might just build a little door area or something here with like some yellow parts I have, just for display purposes. But I think if you put it in like up from the front, you don't even really can tell. And like I mentioned, on this side, you can just ignore it completely and just take it off, and then it kind of looks a little cleaner. I think. I think this actually looks like the better angle to be used. The only thing I don't dig on this side, what I also mentioned while building it, is this little, well, it's not really little, it's a literal gap through here. Uh, could this be negated? There are building techniques, like for example, you could put a plate in here, but yeah, how do you align it? I understand why it's not in there. I'm pretty sure I could not really come up with a much better solution myself either. So I think that's totally tolerable. So what I have to say, I kind of enjoyed the building experience, especially for not liking Technic sets that much. I I think it was okay. All right. So I thank you so much for actually sticking with me through this. I always very much appreciate when anybody is watching. Um, for the content I make, I'm like super happy for anybody like telling me what to improve, or just in general leaving comments, or interacting with the chat. I always very much enjoy that the most about streaming or producing content in general. So I just want to thank everyone that does that a huge lot, because you're actually really helping me out a ton. All right. Thank you so much for being in the stream today, or like watching the video on YouTube. I very much look forward to the next stream. And till then, I wish you all a great time. I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. And I see you guys soon. Bye.